Imagine a land where even a single blade of grass dares not grow. Here, the Earth remains imprisoned beneath permafrost extending hundreds of meters deep. Temperatures frequently drop to -71 degrees Celsius. Winds howl through the darkness like distant wolves. Snow extends an unbroken white across the horizon. No verdant trees rise. No roads carry traffic. Only a deep, frozen silence prevails, interrupted by the extraordinary persistence of human life. The inhabitants of this realm confront the most unforgiving forces of nature on Earth. This is Siberia and the Arctic, the coldest inhabited regions of the planet. Nature here serves not as companion, but as an exacting instructor, continually examining the boundaries of human endurance. Siberia covers an expanse greater than Europe. It forms a boundless territory in which human presence appears insignificant against vast fields of snow. The landscape transitions from the immense taiga forests of the south to the barren tundra of the north. Millions of square kilometers lie under perpetual frost. Winter dominates for 8 to 9 months, with daylight limited to mere hours. The Arctic proves even more extreme. On the Yamal Peninsula, its name translating to the end of the world in local tongues, northern gales strip away everything unprotected. Permafrost underlies up to 65% of the surface, rendering soil uncultivable and preventing tree growth. Envision standing amid the tundra. A monochrome world of white surrounds you. No tree breaks the view. The only sound is the relentless wind. Each exhalation crystallizes instantly in the air. This environment is not a remote romantic vista. It constitutes an unyielding reality where existence requires precise adaptation or results in disappearance. The indigenous peoples of these regions, the Nenets, Khanty, Ivan, and Saka, Yakut, have sustained nomadic lives centered on reindeer herds for millennia. They do not seek to dominate nature. Instead, they maintain profound harmony with it, interpreting signals from wind, snow, and sky to ensure survival. Annually, they undertake migrations spanning hundreds or thousands of kilometers. During winter, they retreat into the taiga to evade devastating blizzards, where winds exceed 100 kilometers per hour and snow reduces visibility to meters. In summer, they advance to coastal tundra zones where the sun remains above the horizon for 24 hours, providing continuous light accompanied by piercing cold rains. Migration represents no casual travel. It constitutes a fundamental struggle for continuance. Herds of reindeer, the foundation of their livelihood, must be guided across perilous terrain. Rivers of ice may fracture without warning. Storms can obliterate entire groups if vigilance falters. Their dwellings, known as chums, consist of straightforward conical tents constructed from wooden poles and reindeer hides. Assembly requires only 20 to 30 minutes, even under howling gales. Upon reaching a fresh location, piercing winds assault the body, yet within moments, a sheltered, heated space emerges. Inside, a modest central fire burns. Smoke escapes through an aperture at the peak. Warmth radiates outward. Families congregate around the flames, recounting narratives and performing time-honored songs. Multiple layers of reindeer hide deliver exceptional thermal insulation, sustaining interior temperatures of 20 to 30 degrees Celsius against exterior readings of -50. Construction demands considerable effort. Poles originate from remote forests. Hides derive from the reindeer themselves and undergo careful processing. Each relocation entails disassembly, transport via reindeer-drawn sleds, and re-erection. This practice embodies an inherited craft. Young children master rope tying and site selection to minimize wind exposure early in life. Food revolves primarily around reindeer meat, salmon, and sturgeon harvested from ice-bound rivers. Occasional supplements include mare's milk or scarce berries collected during the abbreviated summer. Reindeer supply far more than nourishment. Hides form clothing and shelter. Antlers yield tools. Fat provides lamp fuel. Dung serves as combustion material. Hunting extends the diet to fur-bearing species such as elk and bear through sophisticated traps, while fishing occurs beneath ice layers 2 meters thick. A typical morning commences with awakening in the chum, where breath condenses visibly. Emergence follows, equipped with spear or aged firearm, tracking prints across fresh snow. A single errant shot may precipitate prolonged hunger, as caloric resources hold supreme value. Preservation relies on natural freezing or smoking, yielding specialties like stroganina, delicate slices of raw frozen fish consumed with salt, offering crisp texture and concentrated nutrition. Children enter the world and mature aboard sleds. From earliest years, they acquire the ability to discern wind patterns and forecast storms. Reindeer serve as playmates. Riding begins around 5 or 6 years of age. Participation in seasonal movements forms an integral aspect of childhood. Life, however, transcends mere adversity. It encompasses vibrant cultural continuity. Amid isolation, ancient traditions endure. Fireside storytelling, accounts of mountain and river deities, tales of protective reindeer spirits. Songs exalt the reindeer. Dances mark summer observances. Shamanism prevails, with practitioners bridging the material and spiritual realms. Nature is perceived not as adversary, but as rigorous mentor, instilling fortitude, appreciation, and communal solidarity. In contrast to contemporary detachment from the environment, these societies demonstrate that genuine survival emerges from equilibrium rather than subjugation. Daily existence among the Nenettes of the Yamal Peninsula commences with the first faint light-piercing gray skies. Families stir within the chum as reindeer vocalizations resound beyond the walls, their exhalations forming vaporous clouds. The father, frequently the household leader, inspects the herd, tallying each member, for the loss of even one threatens sustenance. Herds commonly number 500 to 1,000 animals, each representing irreplaceable wealth. Reindeer excavate lichen from beneath snow cover. Nenettes direct them toward productive grazing areas, occasionally advancing 50 kilometers in a single day. Hazards abound. Wolves prey opportunistically. Polar bears wander. Ice fractures unpredictably. One household once forfeited half its animals to nocturnal wolf attacks, repelling the predators only through fire and concerted shouting. Women oversee meal preparation, portioning frozen reindeer meat and simmering soup with sturgeon procured from the extensive Ob River. Traditional knives fashioned from antler facilitate precise slicing. Meat is frequently consumed raw to preserve essential vitamins. Children contribute, absorbing tanning techniques. Hides soak in reindeer urine for pliability before smoking imparts water resistance. Afternoons see men engaged in pursuit, deploying traps for fox or employing rifles against elk. Tracks guide their path. Wind direction informs strategy to evade detection by scent. Triumphant returns yield pelts traded for scarce commodities such as flour and tea. From distant sources, evenings center on the hearth. Narratives unfold concerning forebears who endured tempests by excavating snow shelters. The reindeer guardian spirit, Yarkangi, features prominently, safeguarding herds. Folk melodies resonate, their cadence echoing the wind, lyrics venerating the natural order. Rest occurs within the insulated chum, yet alertness persists. Gales may overturn structures, or animals may wander. The Khanty, inhabiting taiga zones, adopt a semi-nomadic pattern with fixed winter dwellings of wood. Migration occurs less frequently than among Nenettes. Existence focuses on hunting with bow and arrow targeting bear and elk, supplemented by ice fishing. Reverence extends to the forest deity Vut Imi. Offerings precede each expedition. Offspring master swimming in frigid rivers and trapping skills from tender ages. Contemporary pressures arise from petroleum operations contaminating waterways and decimating fish populations. The Even, residing in eastern Siberia, proximate to the Okhotsk Sea, maintain smaller reindeer alongside hardy horses. Seasonal movements traverse mountainous terrain subject to seismic activity from volcanoes. Their cultural calendar includes the Bakaldin Festival, featuring circular dances around bonfires to invoke prosperity. The Sakha inhabit Yakutsk, recognized as the planet's coldest permanently settled location. Structures rest upon elevated pilings to counteract permafrost subsidence. Cold-resistant horses supplement reindeer husbandry. Culinary traditions encompass indigirka, a preparation of cubed raw frozen fish, and kumis, fermented mare's milk. Oral lore speaks of Olgu, the spirit of cold imparting lessons in perseverance.